tonight. A lot riding on this for PAOK as they try to get into the play-in for the round of 16. Something they will do if they can get a win tonight. But then again, they can also get in with a loss if Dinamo Sassari fail to win their game against Unicaja Malaga. Well, it has been a terrific season in the Basketball Champions League. Dijon, of course, they've been here before, as have PAOK, and two clubs with a lot of history in this competition. Also, Unicaja, as I mentioned, playing at the same time against Dinamo Sassari. So the play-in, we all know that you'd rather win the group and go straight to the round of 16. But on the other hand, if you take part in the play-in, you get a chance to win that, get to the round of 16, keep that momentum. And we've seen other teams last season, particularly Lenovo Tenerife, go through the play-in and then win the competition. So as it stands, Unicaja Malaga up at the top at 5-0, Dijon 3-2, and both PAOK and Dinamo Sassari down in third and fourth spots with those 1-4 records. But it has been a long time since these two teams met back on the opening day in their first games on October 5th. And that was a close game, and you kind of wonder how that game set the tone for the season for these two teams. PAOK still with Yannick Franca, Jalen Riley, Nikos Siakmas, Jalen Hands, Evangelos Margaritas, the veteran Tyler Polly, Diamantis Slatsakas, Jordan Siebert, Yorgos Kamparidis, Christos Salustros, and Nate Renfro. So a lot of continuity in their playing staff, which bodes well, as does Dijon. They have a lot of holdovers from previous seasons. You see Marcus McDuffie, one of their star players now, Jonathan Roussel, Chase Simon, Robin Ducote, David Holston. Talk more about him in a minute. Gregor Horvat, Gavin Ware, Evan Gauthier, David Brimbley, and Nathan Vincent Markovic, the coach. And there is David Holston, who has played many a season in the Basketball Champions League. And just became the sixth player to score more than 700 points in the Basketball Champions League. And he's about to overtake one of the greats, Kevin Punter. So he comes into this game with 701 points. Punter had 706. Of course, Punter played for a couple of title-winning teams. Played with Ike, Virtus, and now Holston, one of the marquee, iconic, I'll go ahead and use the word iconic players in the Basketball Champions League for what he does. Not the biggest guy in the competition in terms of height, but if you were to measure the size of the heart of these players, he would certainly rank right at the top. So PAOK have a good contingent of players coming to support them all the way from Thessaloniki, Greece, and that is a team that looks like it's going to enjoy itself tonight. Players, coaches, all together. They've had a lot of highs and lows this season, but it's all about advancing, survive and advance, and if they can get into that play-in, anything is possible. PAOK, I think, showing just how well they can play by pushing Unicaja Malaga right to the limit last week before falling 88-85. And I would suggest that that result probably, while a frustrating defeat for them as we see the Dijon players come out and be introduced to the crowd, I would suggest that that performance kind of reinforced the idea that PAOK are getting better, and that if they start making a few more plays, they can play. They can go out and beat the best. And this will be a great test for them tonight. They already ran Dijon close, but I think a lot of water has gone through the dam And since that game, these teams have changed a lot in terms of their play, how well they're playing, their performances, and sometimes you just need to get hot at the right time. And maybe by PAOK hitting the road and coming to this beautiful part of France to take on a very good Dijon team, which, by the way, is number 10 in the latest power rankings on the Champions League basketball website. I would encourage all of you to go there and check that out. All of the words of wisdom of Igor Cherkovich, who knows the Basketball Champions League as well as anybody. There's Markovic, who just shook the hand of his PAOK counterpart, Aristides Lykogiannis. And now the players will go out and have their final warm-ups here before the start of this game. So again, you look back and you look at the results as we see the referees for tonight's game. From Portugal, Paulo Marques, Eres Gurian there on the left from Israel, and on the right, Zdenko Tomasovic from the Slovak Republic. But that first game, 70-66, that was played in Thessaloniki. How did that game set the tone for this season, you wonder? Because these two teams have, they've had a little bit of a contrast in seasons in the BCL, in the Basketball Champions League, since that moment. And obviously, Dijon, it won't come into play here, but with the better head-to-head. But they come in with the +4 advantage from that. And again, that's insignificant since they already know they're going to finish second. And really, this is all about PAOK controlling their own destiny tonight. Coming in, if they get a win, they know they're going through to the play-in. Yannick Franca from the Netherlands international, Jalen Riley, Evangelos Margaritas, Christos Salustros, and Nate Renfro in the starting five for PAOK. And Lykogiannis looking on from the sidelines, seems to have an extra bounce in his step coming into Robin Ducote and Gavin Ware in the starting five tonight. And no Jacques Lingue, saw he was not dressed out tonight and playing, so it could be a little bit of a break for PAOK with a couple of players out for this Dijon team. Here's Markovic. Let's go down to the bench and listen to his words.
Like our zip down is down when they play this short roll. Okay, so this short roll, be ready to play black. Only this action. Okay, they go down. Okay. Now we start first offense, regular 4. Okay. I want Robin here, full speed, dribble handoff with Joe. Okay. Laughing with Figueroa. That means off screen. You have to train. It's only off screen. Big downs, only right, and pull up jumper, nothing else. Always alert. And tough. First offense. Fist 4. Okay. You try to lock him. Fake or rapid fix. If you don't have it, pass it through here. Okay? Everybody there rebounds, let's help him, let's go! Hey, the defense!
So JDA Bourgogne Dijon have won their previous 3 games against PAOK, including the 70-66 win earlier this year. And Holston, as I mentioned, just the 6th player in the history of this competition with 700 plus points. And you look back and think about how many of those points came in clutch situations. Wonder where he would be in the rankings in terms of making those. I'm pretty sure he would be right in the top 10. He is well known for coming out and making the big plays. PAOK could be eliminated with a loss, but only if Dinamo Sassari upset Unicaja. Jalen Riley scored 20+ points in 3 of his 12 Basketball Champions League games. And in that first meeting between these two teams, 25 points for Chase Simon And Riley had 25. Both of those guys just got hot from three-point range. Hello, everybody. We are underway here in Dijon. JDA Dijon taking on PAOK from Thessaloniki, Greece. The ball goes out of bounds off the jump ball, and it's going to be PAOK inbounding it. Under the basket that they are attacking, they do get it in. And they're going to launch their first shot, and it's Franca missing from the wing, and here comes Ducote bringing it up the floor. And very excited to see Roland Ducote play tonight. He has shown us a lot. Really good young talent. Roussel getting the start tonight as well. Here's Ducote. Steps over and lets it fly and misses the long rebound, though. And Gavin Ware gets it over to Roussel. But then he flies into the crowd, and it's going to be turned over. So Riley brings it up the floor. Renfro. And Margaritas missing. Vangelos Margaritas has also played for Greece's national team in various European qualifiers. Roussel gets the pass back. Now into the corner, and the three-pointer is good. That was Chase Simon picking up right where he left off when he played in Thessaloniki. Renfro lets it fly. And the ball saved in bounds. No, it's not. He stepped out. Yannick Franca not able to save it. And Franca, one of those players that would like to see that ball go in the hoop early, because if it does, it's a very good sign for PAOK. They'd like him to get involved in the offense as quickly as possible, along with Riley. Roussel drives in high off the glass, and a foul called. So Roussel goes to the line after the foul on Jalen Riley. Takes it up to a 4-0 lead. And now a 5-point lead. We're accustomed to seeing Roussel coming off the bench. But again, Dijon knowing they've locked into second place. Markovic wants to get a good look at some of these players like Roussel and Ducote tonight, and they've started well. They started fresh. They get the steal. Roussel up ahead on the break, lays it up and in. And, well, if there's any team right now that looks loose and like it's not playing with any pressure, it's Dijon. Franca. And that was off the front of the rim. Roussel with the rebound. Quick pass over his teammate. And good defense down low by Margaritas. And now an easy one for Franca. A little bit of a mistake. Nobody back for Dijon. Chase Simon dribbles. A runner, and they battle for the basketball. Ware not able to get it. Yannick Franca picks it up and now says, I'm going to run the show here. Get out of my way. Passes it over to Margaritas. Excuse me, Margaritas whips it out to the wing. Now the three-point shot from Riley. Solistros with the tough assignment on Chase Simon. Roussel looking like he's playing in his backyard. Nobody really getting up on him, so he takes the runner but misses. Margaritas. They got the shot off and leads now to an opportunity for Dijon. And Ducote missing. It's McDuffie that passed it out to his teammate. Riley being closely guarded by Roussel has been the star of the game, really. Oh, the alley-oop pass and throwing down that lob was Renfro. Here it is, the lob. Take it, Nate. Nate is great. He goes up and dunks it with two hands. McDuffie knocks into three. Franke, the third generation Netherlands international, wears number 0, gets it over to Riley, who probes, gets it back to Franke, steps back, and is fouled by Simon. So first substitutions coming into the game. Holston comes in, Roussel goes out, Ware goes out. And right now it's Slavsakis and Tyler Polley also into the game for PAOK. Vincent and as I mentioned, David Holston in the game as well. Now they pass it around, and the jump shot is good. Silky smooth. So Tyler Polley right off the bench and trims the deficit to 3 points. Simon goes past Salustros, gets it up and in. That is when you know a guy is offensive minded. He beats his man, and then with the help, gives a little bit of help. He still just puts it up off the glass. 5 points, the lead. Franke this time forced it, but was actually able to draw the foul on Ducote. Here it is again. And he might have gotten away with it if he had not gone for the block. It looked like they weren't going to call the body, but when he swung down to try to block the basketball, that's when they blew the whistle. So Franke goes to the line and misses the first. A little bit of a rough start for him. And the second one is good. So again, back to a 4-point deficit for PAOK. Holston. So Riley, that's not a good sign, picking up his second foul. So Riley, one of the main men for PAOK, has to take a seat with 2 fouls in the first 6 minutes of the game. Not what the doctor ordered for PAOK. His coach arguing his case, saying that Holston swung his arm up and locked him down. Missing from the free throw line. Franca. He has not hit his shot tonight. Franca, slow start. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. Just 1 of 6 so far from deep for PAOK. 2 of 4 for Dijon. Of course, that can change very quickly. Good, strong drive, but the finish not there. However, the offensive rebound and putback is for PAOK. Slavsakis coming off the bench, gets his first 2 points. Gregor Horvat, bounce pass, and Salustros. Gregor Horvat, the Slovenian international in the game for Dijon. Franca drills it. Well, eventually they're going to fall, and they did that one, his first of the game. Will it be the first of many is the question, but it is a go-ahead 3. PAOK looking to control their own destiny tonight by winning and getting in, take a 1-point lead. Holston goes right to the other end, misses the 3-pointer, and PAOK trying to rebound the miss. Look at Dijon, they're not giving up on it easily, and Tyler Polley tied up. So the possession arrow favors. Well, let's see. Here's the scrap. And it was all he could do to hold on to the basketball. So the possession arrow keeps the ball at this end of the court. David Brimble comes into the game. Also, Slavsakis, after that basket goes out. Renfro back into the contest. And the good news, really, the good news for PAOK is that perhaps predictably, Sassari off to a slow start at Malaga, trailing by a lot of points, by double digits. And they battle for the basketball, going up and coming down with it, Renfro. And they called this a... Yeah, I think that's a good call. The jump ball possession arrow favors PAOK. It certainly finished where Renfro looked like he had drawn the foul, but before that they were tied up, and it looked like it was a good call anyway. Steps out of bounds, and the ball goes back to Dijon. Ducote goes out. Holston. Where? An offensive foul has been called on Dijon. I think that's a potential problem for PAOK if Ware can catch the ball close to the basket because he's so big and strong. See if he throws the elbow. Yes, he did. That's a good call by the ref. He kind of swung his left arm and his elbow into the midsection. Hands. Shot clock about to expire. He flies. Oh, he hits the three-pointer. And PAOK with Jalen Hand stroking the three. take a 4-point advantage, their biggest of the game. Good defense from Hands, forcing the turnover. Now quickly pushing it. And driving in and scoring for PAOK was Polly. So the insertion of Jalen Hands has really paid dividends. Oh, nice pass from Horvat to Gavin Ware. Horvat drawing a couple of defenders, and that left the path open for the easy one for Gavin Ware. Three-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. Hands. Just inside the stripe. And the referees have called the offensive foul on Hands. He kind of lowered his shoulder right at the end. Yeah, just kind of drove into Horvat. And that's just not allowed. So the way it turns out, a little bit of time here for Holston. And a foul called, but before the shot on Siakmas. Now 3.5 seconds. And, you know, Holston is clever enough. He knows what's coming. He knew the foul was coming. He was trying to get the shot off to get the 3 free throws. Here he is. He's going to launch it. And that was Holston trying to get his first 2 of the game. He misses. So at the end of 1, things looking pretty good for PAOK. They had a slowish start. But they, playing with a lot of intensity, have taken an 18-14 lead. So PAOK now with 3 shots from deep, just 2 for Dijon. Look at the shots inside the arc. 4 of 7 for PAOK, just 3 of 10 for Dijon. So look back at the opening exchanges in this game, and Chase Simon got that early bucket, then he got the steal, passed ahead to Roussel. And I thought Roussel played quite well here at the start of the game. And then that was not a good turnover, leading to an easy bucket to a PAOK team that was searching for confidence on offense, giving them an easy 2, and they finally got into the flow. McDuffie, big-time talent, making that shot. And then Tyler Polly right into the game, hits the 3-pointer. Here's Simon again, banking it up, or off the glass. Franca here with the offense, Slatsakas with the rebound. And Slatsakas passing it out to the perimeter. And then, of course, Hands really came in and was hands down their best player there for the last couple of minutes. So the guys coming off the bench doing a great job for PAOK. Second quarter action underway here. Dijon, who trailed PAOK 18-14 in this very important game for PAOK. And now Gavin Ware gets it down low. A little bit of a breakdown defensively, leaving the big number 20 open. Hands. Steps back for 3. Count it. Oh boy, you never know who's going to step up to be counted in a game like this. And that man right there has put his hands up and said, just get me the rock. He is playing great here at the start of the game. Now they dump down low to Ware. That is going to be a problem. I mean, I don't think there's anybody in this PAOK team that can stop Ware if he's able to get good position like that. Jalen Hands again for three. And this time off the front of the iron. Holston up again to Ware, who now passes it. And over to Simon. And now Dijon going back quickly, cutting the deficit now to just 1 point. Franca. And the ball right into the hands of Horvat. And that is going to lead to a timeout with Holston and Dijon showing a different face here at the start of the second quarter. The three-pointer for David Holston. We talked about him coming in as the sixth player to score 700 points or more. He's now got 704 career points in the Basketball Champions League.
Create something. Vangelis is going to play 5. Don't be afraid on pick and roll to do the short roll pass. We have to go closer to the basket. We just play with long range shots. It cannot be like that. We have to attack. And right now, that they increase their pressure, put them into screens. Bring energy to get the ball. Energy. Let's play FAM 2.
Well, I incorrectly called out Franco for that turnover. It was Slavsakis who turned it over and led to the break. But this is what happened where clearly the instructions from on high from Markovic, get the ball down low to Mr. Ware. And he knows where to go. Easy looks for the big fella. And you know that everything has to be going, maybe not at 100 miles per hour, but the intensity has to remain up on both ends of the floor for PAOK if they're going to be successful against this very good, strong, athletic Dijon team. Hands. Now from the wing, and Siebert missing. Jason Siebert into the game. Oh, nice play by Holston. Foul called before the shot. And I think Holston arguing with Siakmas. Holston saying, I was already in the motion. Horvat over to Simon. Simon into the paint. And Simon has just been the offensive-minded Simon tonight. Simon says, "Give me the rock." And he knows what to do with it. 9 points already. Siakmas down low to Margaritas. Puts up a jump hook, and Ware, that's a tough matchup for Margaritas to go up against Ware. Holston doing a little bit of shaking and jiggling, and now over to Ware, and boy, Ware has really come out in this second quarter and asserted himself. Points. Excuse me, 8 points. 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist for Ware. Look at this, the steal for Simon. He's going in. Oh, he misses the shot. He misses the dunk. It cannot be. And that has to go in the bloopers tape, I'm afraid, for Chase Simon. His easiest shot of the day, and he missed it. Now the three-pointer, Margaritas missing, and it goes off. Well, in fact, it goes off of hands. So Gavin Ware has really carried this team, but quite frankly, folks, it kind of takes your breath away to see a player miss a wide-open dunk. And I'm fairly certain at some point, win or loss after this game, Chase Simon's going to get a little good-natured ribbing from his teammates after that. Nevertheless, they lead at 27-21. Gavin Ware this time tonight. Look at that. The scrap for the basketball, much better. And turns over to PAOK, and Hands has it in the open floor. But his bounce pass just behind Tyler Polley. The official stats say that Gavin Ware missed a dunk, but I'm fairly certain that was Chase Simon. Franca hands it off. Quick pass down low. Renfro get it to Hands. He makes it, and is he out of bounds? It's not going to count. With Jalen Riley and Jalen Hands in the game now. Riley with the tough assignment on Holston. Russell back in the game, guarded by Franca. He's picked. Oh, behind the back pass. Goodness gracious. Are you kidding me? Russell showboating with Ware. That's got to be the play of the game right there. My estimation of Russell has just gone up a little bit. He is much higher. Slick behind the back pass from Russell. Three-pointer, no good. Simon with the rebound. And boy, it is going horribly wrong right now for PAOK. And Holston fouled by Franca. Holston just knows the foul is coming, and he is getting the basketball up as quick. Look at this. Look at this. Just no look behind the back pass. And Gavin Ware just says, are you kidding me? I know what to do with this. We're going to have to nickname him Jonathan Magic Russell, because that was straight out of the book of Magic Johnson. Now the foul on the perimeter. I mean, the reality is, and this is how basketball has changed over the years, you know, you have a lot of coaches that would have frowned upon the behind-the-back pass back in the old days. But if you can make a good behind-the-back pass, there's nothing better, because it really confuses the defense. And that was right on the money from Russell to Ware. Here he is again. Holston. Ware goes for the rebound, but PAOK come down with it and leading JDA Dijon 29-21 over a PAOK team. Again, that needs to win to be assured of moving into the play-in for the round of 16. Salustros down low, back outside. Here's Franca. Salustros for three, and the shot did not get off in time. Got to take it earlier, guys. Got to take that shot earlier. Let's pass it around. Yes, let's work it. But we don't get 25 seconds. We get 24 seconds on the shot clock. So a timeout, as Lykogiannis has words with Jalen Riley. It's Dijon, though, calling the timeout. It really feels like if Dijon put it all together, they could make a deep run in the playoffs this season.
Okay, remember last year we played this. Okay, David comes a little bit like here. Okay, you move, short throw. You try to seal here. Okay,
change the angle from here. David, you can even dribble like this. He comes on this side. Yeah. You can dribble like this. He comes like this. We look for this short throw or to play with Joe one more time. Okay? Attack offensive rebound and keep defensive intensity, okay? Keep the defense, guy. Keep the defense.
Here's Chase Simon, and I'm afraid it is not a memory that he is going to want to keep for the rest of his life. Missing, and the PAOK fans. Great job seeing the supporters travel all the way to France. Palais des Sports Jean-Michel Geoffroy. Here is where Riley gets in and the foul called. Well, if they called the foul on the drive on Rizzo, it's a good call because he didn't really foul him until he was in the motion. Riley takes his time and makes both. And coach, I guess, is giving the "come on, let's be smart out there" signal from the bench. Holston goes over, sits down, and is replaced by Gregor Horvat. So it's been a relatively quiet game for Holston, but he could go off for 20 in one quarter. Don't think we've seen the last of him. Good play by PAOK, collapsing on Horvat. He was trying to pass it into the corner. So great job by Polly getting the hands up. 9 seconds on the shot clock. The ball inbounded to Ware. He gets it. He passes it into the corner. Franca. Excuse me, not Franca. It's David Brimbley. Here's Franca coming back into the game. Wrong man, wrong team, and 2.6 seconds on the shot clock. See, that's a big absentee today. Alenga not playing tonight. He can always use his length, his defense. Brings a lot of energy to the team, Dijon, but not able to go tonight. And I guess it speaks well of Dijon that they've been able to come out and play as well as they have. Without him, here is a three. It's good. Brimbley. And up to a 9-point advantage. Riley open. So gets it right back with that three-pointer. Rousseau, we've seen what he can do. Oh, another silky smooth pass. Rousseau jumping into the spotlight tonight with his passing. Ball turns over. And here's the drive, and they get punished for it as Brimbley hustles down and gets the layup. The turnover on Slatsakis, his second turnover leading to a fast break bucket tonight. And now another turnover. This one hands, but good hustle back by Polly to at least break up the fast break. But right now, PAOK, their passing game has ground to a halt. They need to make a change. Look at Ware going up for the two-handed jam. Six turnovers in this quarter for PAOK. It has gone horribly wrong for them. Horvath drives in and quickly up the floor. Franca now down low, but the foul has been called with the reach from Roussel. Penetration, the drive with a swat. Get it out of here. Horvath showing the defense, the rim protection. Roussel on the deck into the lane, and he is fouled. And Slavsakis having a tough time in this second quarter. That is not a good matchup for him, having to guard Roussel. The way Roussel has played, it's like he's put this PAOK team on a carousel tonight, spinning round and round. He has played sensational basketball tonight. Jonathan Roussel, usually lost in the shadow of players like Holston, McDuffie, Ware, but tonight he is shining bright. Again, now he's got 6 points. Also has 5 assists, 5 dimes. Step back, and Roussel with the rebound. Here he goes again, driving in. Bumped up top by Hands. Riley, excuse me. And is currently out of the game. And Riley also is out of the game. And remember, he picked up 2 fouls in the first 6 minutes. And what you never want to do is pick up that 3rd foul right before halftime. And I'm guessing as Roussel goes to the line and makes the first, Likianis is kicking himself for leaving him in the game. And Roussel has just been utterly sensational in this first half. That's exactly what those 2 guys are saying right there. Can you believe how well Roussel is playing tonight? Well, he got the start and he's made the most of it. Hands back in the game, missing. And PAOK just Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde tonight. First quarter looked terrific for the most part. Second quarter, they have been poor. Marcus McDuffie. So PAOK dodged a bullet there. They'll try to get the last shot here. Franca. Turnovers have been a real problem in this quarter for PAOK. And that's a call for the foul. They got another foul to give if they want to with 10.3 seconds remaining. Ducote goes out to guard Franca. again, they use that 4th foul. Since picks up a couple. Lukianis now with 5.6 seconds remaining, and knowing how important every possession is in this game, and especially to try to get the feel-good factor back before halftime, because PAOK have just been awful in the second quarter. They've been outscored 26-8.
Vangelis. Franke. Tyler. Franke. Tyler. Vangelis. Execution. Salustros the out. You are here. Okay? Got it? First one, Franke under the basket. Pin down. Hey, if he locks his player, high low. If they switch. Okay? Okay?
So that was Brimbley coming in. He's played well tonight off the bench. Feet set. And nice arc on that shot, scores over Tyler Polley. So they got 5.6 seconds left. They've drawn up the play. Franke has it. Pump fake. And then gets the little runner and scores. And, well, that is about as easy a 2 points as you can get after the timeout. So that is perhaps a little bit of a fillip, a little bit of a boost for this PAOK team. And Markovic is looking at who's he chewing out. Ducote didn't react defensively. He's giving him the hairdryer treatment. So at halftime, it's JDA Bourgogne Dijon leading at 40-28 over PAOK Mateco. And as we look at the stats, 5 threes for PAOK, 4 for Dijon. Pretty even on the rebounds. 7 more assists and 4 more steals for Dijon. Ware was just a beast. 12 points, 8 for Franke leading PAOK. It looks like Nate Renfro's being helped off the court, like with maybe a back issue. So here's a look back at the first half and some of the highlights. Holston's been quiet. All those passing there, gets the basketball inside to Ware, who kind of dominated for a stretch early in the second quarter especially. Hans came off the bench to give his team a spark, but this is where things started to go wrong. It was early in the second quarter they identified Ware as a player that was going to give him problems. No size down low to guard him. You're not going to guard him with a undersized power forward. He's going to eat him up. And then you get Holston again finding Ware, who is also smart enough to know that if he finds Simon out on the perimeter wide open, he's going to give him the basketball. Then Holston, that was his three-pointer to go to 704 Basketball Champions League points in his career. Simon really had it going early. And Ware again. How about Roussel? I mean, that is the play of the game right there. Just made it look so easy. Jonathan Roussel. Jonathan. Magic. Roussel. And then Brimbley again What you want from your bench is some production in some way, shape, or form, whether it's rebounds, whether it's diving and getting loose balls, whether it's making shots. Just do something. And that is for me the biggest problem in this game that PAOK haven't addressed is where. He's just doing what he wants. Once he gets it down low, there's no stopping him. And good work again from Brimley coming off the bench. Well, Franca started cold, but ends up leading his team in scoring. He got that. His 2 shots from the floor were kind of on a wide open fast break, and then with a putback off a missed shot. And he also had that 1 3-pointer. So 3 shots from the floor. One of them the offensive rebound and putback, and then that 3-pointer. And also the fast break layup. And Ware with the 12 points. We've spoken about him. He has been a problem scoring down low. And here he is rolling into the paint and scoring. Catching it over the defense. Of course, he got ahead on the fast break once and scored. Gavin Ware also has that jump shot. This is the best play, though. Roussel behind the back. Here you go, Gavin. 40-28. It's Dijon on top of PAOK Mateco at halftime. One more look at the Roussel pass to Ware. In fact, we'll give you 2 more looks. No, this is a different one. Just the traditional bounce pass into the lane to Ware. 40-28. Dijon on top of PAOK Mateco at halftime. And now the turnover, and Dijon are going to take the lead. Oh, what a dunk from Marcus McDuffie. A little highlight reel.
It's important for Perry, and Malaga lead by 1.
All of a sudden showing that he can drill it from downtown. Lucial gets the behind the back pass from Shabazz Smith. The beautiful little 1-2 punch.
Come again through Yoshilo, no way through. Watson with the grab. Played really well in the game. 50 points, and he's winning for them. Baby hook shot. Oh, magnificent! Has he won it on the buzzer? Oh, Darko Djukic has been magnificent throughout the game.
Well, what do we do about Gavin Ware? That is the big question that PAOK probably are asking themselves. I mean, you know, you can collapse on him, you can double team him, you could try to keep him out of the lane. But one-on-one, I'm not sure that PAOK have a player that can win that matchup. And it could be something that Markovic tries to exploit again in the second half. Dijon obviously trailed in this game a little, but you wouldn't have known it by the way the second quarter was played. Franca has 8 points. They trailed by as many as 14 points. They were able to get a bucket right at the end just to get a little bit, again, of that feel-good factor back to get it to 12. And really, they were their own worst enemy by turning the basketball over for a spell in that second quarter. They just lost their composure. Hands and Riley, Slavsakis. I mean, you look at the turnovers, and Slavsakis coming off the bench. So Renfro has 2, and again, he walked gingerly off the court. I'm not sure we're going to see him again in the second half. It looks like he's got a lower back injury or a lower back, sore back or something. Hopefully he'll be back, but it didn't look good when he was being helped off. 2 turnovers for Slavsakis, 2 for Renfro, 2 for Riley, and 9 turnovers overall for Likoyannis' team. And they played with a real sense of purpose, an idea of what they wanted in that first quarter. They got it going. Everything was moving in the right direction by the end of the first quarter when they had a 4-point lead. They led by as many as 6, but in that second quarter, everything went off the rails for PAOK. They were outscored 26-10 in that second quarter. The good news for them is that Dinamo Sassari are losing at Unicaja Malaga. So if Dinamo Sassari lose, it doesn't matter what happens in this game. PAOK will finish 3rd, regardless. But if they lose PAOK and Dinamo Sassari rally for a win, they're down 11 points at halftime at Unicaja Malaga. If Sassari were to rally for a win, then they would leapfrog PAOK into 3rd place and go into the play-in. And you can see Ducote not having the best of times tonight. He got the start, really didn't play that well in the first quarter. And then when he went back into the game, I think he had a mistake which allowed Franca to have the wide open little runner. And it was like a present from Santa for Franca, who scored again with that easy bucket. So Markovic really lit into him.
We play first offense, 44, but with the back door. So Chase is here. Robin curls around you. You come. You give handoff to Dave. After the handoff, Kevin is coming. You are clearing after the handoff here, and we play short throw or continuation with the Chase. Okay? You understand? Yeah. Okay. And the second offense, we play 52 flush for Robin. Okay? 52 flush for Robin. Chase, go here and pin down for Robin. Okay? After this, then, if they put pressure, more help.
Well, folks, here's Likoyannis.
Go under, don't go over, because they give the shot roll and we are exposed. Go under. Because you go over the whole time. The pick and roll is here and you go over.
Wow, that didn't look good, did it? Franca, I don't know what upset him about going under the pick and roll, but I don't know if he said something. And Luka Giannis just yanked him off the bench and said, "You're not going in the game." So we'll see how long that lasts. That's never a good sign. Well, we knew that coming into this week that 5 teams had already qualified for the round of 16. Unicaja had moved on. Unicaja, Strasbourg, Bilbao, Lenovo, Tenerife, and Bonn. And let me remind you as well, go to the Champions League basketball website to get the Tough Calls segment. Always good to hear the explanations of how some of those calls were made or why. Controversial or contentious calls or explanations. Game of the week will be Ritas Vilnius against Lenovo Tenerife tomorrow. And Gavin Ware continues to be a problem. Points. Salustro is fouled up high. PAOK in desperate need. Shot clock about to expire. Did they get it off in time? No, they did not. And that's a shame for PAOK. It was a good-looking shot, but not for the first time tonight. They have found themselves in a double team or a triple team late in the shot clock, and they struggled to make the pass to get the shot. Ducote comes out, misses from the line. They keep passing it. Salustros for 3. Salustros commits the foul. Had he gone for the rebound off his missed shot, I think he could have had it, but he started to run back to play defense. And Holston just took the ball, and then Salustros fouled him. Gavin Ware catches it down low, and once again, Gavin Ware just going to work. And this thing is getting out of hand. Dijon making it look easy. A 12-2 run for Dijon, which started in the third quarter. Excuse me, started in the second quarter at the end of the half. And a much-needed three-pointer from Siakmas. Well, it's really his second 3 in this quarter, but the first one didn't count because it was after the shot clock expired. And this time able to keep the ball away, and it leads to a break. Good job getting down the court and laying it up and in. Well, Jalen Hands provided a real spark in that first half, and he was alertly able to, with his speed and ball handling, able to get up ahead of the defense and score. And once again, as Dijon worked to get in low, Siakmas upset with the call. And he's absolutely right. Siakmas, I mean, completely. I agree with you, Siakmas. I don't think they saw it. Holston just completely wrapped his arm around you, which if the referees had seen, that would have been a foul on him. Chase Simon misses, long rebound, chase down Ducote, and inside they dodge another bullet, but Dijon gets another rebound. This one, Simon. Bounce pass to Ware, over to Simon, and another miss, and another chance for PAOK, and Ducote with the foul in the backcourt. Holston goes out, Horvath comes back in. And the jump shot is good. And PAOK with a little bit of a rally here. Margaritas. Ducote getting the minutes. Robon Ducote, 21 years of age. And here is another turnover and a chance for PAOK. And Hands, certainly interesting player when he's got the basketball. His size, his ball handling is able to show up. What a bounce pass. What a play, PAOK. Markovic has to get a timeout after that. His team was just surgically cut open. Dissected, put him on the operating table, and PAOK are right back in it.
Hey, don't help so much on this top pick and roll. Play flag and follow this guy, short throw. Okay. Play regular six. No, play one fist four for Marquis. Okay, no fist four. Screen, you go here. Okay. Marquis, pass, backdoor. This guy gets the ball. Okay, they go on Marquis side and point guard screen for Marquis. You screen your own guy. Okay, screen your own player. Let's go.
Well, Hands, the double team. What a bounce pass from Slavsakis. Look at that, no look. And coming in for the easy one, Margaritas. Dijon kind of taking their foot off the pedal here and taking nothing away from PAOK, because they have gone on a little run here. We're giving themselves a chance. And boy, that's coming right out of the timeout and stroking the jump shot with McDuffie. Relatively quiet night for him, but that's what you like to see, the three-pointer coming out of the timeout. Certainly if you're the Dijon coach, Markovic. And now the right play, and the ball goes off the hands of Slavsakis. Now, I'm not sure if he's saying make the bounce pass, but turnovers can be a real problem for a team that's taking on an opponent like Dijon. And the foul called on Margaritas. I don't think that's a good matchup for Margaritas out on the perimeter guarding McDuffie. Tyler Polley comes back in. Franca also in the game, so Yannick Franca fans will be happy to see that was not too serious, but the three-point shot is good. And Gregor Horvat, the veteran, first 3 points of the game. He's made a real positive impact on this game, and not just with his, doesn't have to just be his scoring. Here's hands, fades. Nobody there for the rebound for PAOK. Roussel. Penetration drive. Oh, what a finish from Ducote. That'll put him in the coach's good books. Franca for three. PAOK batted out to Ducote, hoping to get another possession, but they share the basketball, Dijon, and just like that, the lead has grown to 16 points. A 10-0 run, and you wonder if PAOK can recover from that, having done the good work to get it back to within 6 points. And Luka Giannis is back to the drawing board for PAOK. Well, Ducote with a spectacular finish on the reverse layup. And the 21-year-old helping his team open up a 16-point lead. 13.5 minutes remaining. Margaritas backs his way down, and then he goes up. Is fouled. Maybe catches a break with that. No, he's got his hands all over. That's a good call by the ref. And then I'm not sure if he kind of barged into him there at the end. I'd have to see it again, but Margaritas at the line. Margaritas makes one of two. So many great stories in the Basketball Champions League this season. He played out, especially late in the season. Some of the teams that we've seen really step up and become factors, like the Philo Ostens. Keeping an eye on them tonight. Look at the drive. The basket is not good, and now quickly PAOK as they search for some points. There they are, shaken outside the three-pointer. It's now back to Dijon. And worryingly for PAOK as well, as the Dynamo Sassari suddenly have got the wind in their sails and have pulled to within 5 points of Unicaja Malaga. So PAOK need to find a way to give themselves a chance to win this game tonight. Unicaja is not in the business of doing favors for other teams. You know, they need to control their own destiny, PAOK, and that means coming back and winning this game, and we're not seeing it right now. Because if Sassari win tonight at Unicaja Malaga and PAOK lose here tonight, PAOK will not go through to the play-in for the round of 16. So the basketball goes out of bounds, and it's possession for PAOK. And now Roussel goes to check on the... Is it... Oh, goodness me. The courtside photographer looks like he was bloodied. I don't know. The ball must have hit the camera and then gone off of his... or I don't know if it's a cameraman or photographer. Yeah, I think it's the man holding the camera filming the game, so our shots might be affected here late. Roussel goes over to check on him to make sure he's okay. What a strange injury. Watch this. Oh my goodness. So Roussel, whose passing has been on the mark tonight with that laser that just sails through the lane and hits the cameraman, the camera, and just drives it into his forehead. Now he's bloodied. Well, that cameraman gets our player of the game for that. Taking one for the team. Oh, good drive down low, Margaritas. So back to a 13-point deficit. Cameraman has left its post, it appears, for now. Ducote missing and trying to save it in bounds, but cannot. Gregor Horvat. There's plenty of time here for PAOK to make a run. And I think they might want to do that because Dynamo Sassari have come back to tie the game against Unicaja Malaga. And somebody might want to get that message down to the bench, to the PAOK bench, and say, you better pick it up or you will not be playing in the play-in. Ducote goes out. You can see he's really having a tough game tonight. But that's part of the process. 21 years of age, you got to learn to cope with the adversity. Some games you play well, you don't. You learn from it and you move on. Here's a foul. Gauthier checks into the game, picks up his first foul. Ostend, meanwhile, winning against Hapoel Holon. They have really played well under Dario Georgia here late. Here's the drive, and oh boy, that is a tough turnover. It leads to the break. Oh, what about the rejection? Right at the rim from PAOK. Great hustle. Oh, Tyler Polley really getting it done for PAOK. But the ball just, basket had a lid on it. That should have gone down for PAOK, and it does not. Boy, you never give up on a play, even on a fast break. And Tyler Polley showed us why on that last trip down. And now Roussel taking the long three, and really Dijon not lowering the boom here like they could. And the good drive in the basket for PAOK, and they cut it back to an 11-point deficit. So Hands now with 10 points. PAOK again, good hustle coming up with the basketball, another opportunity. Pulling up and banking in the three. Are you kidding me? And just like that, PAOK with Riley cut the deficit to, was it to 9 points? I thought it was 8. Was that a 3? Or maybe it was a 2. Here is Roussel right at the end of the quarter. And Dijon, we've seen a couple of times tonight where they haven't taken taking care of business. 54-45. Dijon on top of PAOK Mateco at the end of 3. They want to see if that was a 3-pointer that was made by PAOK instead of a 2. I think it was a 3, but so this could end up being an 8-point deficit, and obviously every point counts. That's what they're looking at right there. Sure looks like a 3-pointer to me. I don't know if they can get in closer to that right foot, because that is what is in question. I think they're going to call a 3. Let's see what they do. My money's on the 3. Yes, it is. They give him the 3. So indeed, it's an 8-point deficit at the end of 3. 3 being the operative word. And here we are. That was their 8th 3-pointer of the game. But look at that inside the arc. 6 more makes for Dijon. And, well, free throw line will be crucial down the stretch, I would think. Here's a look back at the highlights here in the 3rd quarter. Gavin Ware, when he's in the game, it usually spells trouble for PAOK. He has been tough to contain. In fact, they haven't contained him. But when he's out, just some lineups for Dijon aren't as ruthless, and that has been the case here at the end of the quarter, as PAOK have been able to go on a run to get it back to 8 and give themselves a chance to win. So trying to get something sorted out at the scores table. So 4th quarter action is underway, and Ware back in the game. They try to get it to him. He doesn't catch it, and PAOK can get back to 6, maybe even 5. And they go for the drive, and the foul has been called on Simon. Well, for all intents and purposes, it feels like PAOK should have already been put away. But if you're not ruthless, if you don't step on the throat of the opponent when you get on top of them, the way that Dijon were on top of them, you give PAOK that sense of, hey, we can do this. And they're just creeping back into it. Riley's free throws make it a 6-point game. The two Jalen's, it's a lot of offense in the game right now. Also Tyler Polley, Holston driving, missing, and PAOK now can pull even closer. I cannot emphasize enough the crazy nature of this last game for all of these teams. Here's the drive, and the foul has been called. It is in PAOK's best interest to take care of business tonight and win their game here at Dijon, because you just do not know what's going to happen with Sasserine Unikaha. Dijon have definitely, though, lost their mojo, and PAOK sensing the opportunity. Where with the foul? So Jalen Hands makes the first, and if this one drops, what was once a 16-point deficit will be 4, and it is. Incredible. Never count a team out. It really felt like that last run for Dijon was going to be the knockout blow, but it has not been. And now another turnover. Hrovat throws it out of bounds. What has happened to Dijon? Meanwhile, Austin and Holland have gone to overtime. The game not as significant for Ostend. They already have clinched third in their group. They're going to the play-in. It's all happening tonight and tomorrow night. Time running out. 3-point attempt. Not a good offensive set that time for PAOK. Settling for the three. This is where Holston can take over. Look out. He drives in and misses the shot. We've not seen the best of Holston tonight, and maybe because we haven't seen a lot of Holston tonight. But he definitely wants to take over in crunch time. Here is the reach, and boy, what a bad turnover by PAOK, leading to an easy layup. Unbelievable. You simply cannot turn the basketball over like that in that situation. So that was Riley with the turnover. The point guard. Hands. And now another three attempt. That's long. And suddenly PAOK getting back into settling for three-point attempts. Three-pointers are not really working for that good shot. Has a little bit to do maybe with the players on the court for Dijon. Here's Holston. Back over to Brimbley. Three-point shot, and again, well, maybe that's what the coach is saying. Hey guys, let's just go shoot some threes. And Holston denied by Riley. That was Yorgos Kamparidis that missed that last three. Slavsakis coming back into the game. Also Franca. Well, you live by the three-point shot, you die by the three-point shot. And PAOK get it back. And again, I think they have got to get points on this possession. They can't have 3 straight empty trips. Hands, passes it back. Slavsakis gets it back. Hands in the left corner. Shot clock winding down, gets into the baseline. Here's Franca. Now that's a much better situation, and he hits the three because it was the penetration and then the kick out to Franca. 11 points for Yannick Franca, and it's a 3-point game. And you can hear the PAOK fans getting into this one. Great defense. Slavsakis with the denial, and they don't want to commit the unsportsmanlike foul. Look at the drive, and Riley puts it up, and it's a 1-point game. Well, that was, believe it or not, a good play from Holston not to commit the foul at midcourt, because you know in the old days probably would have committed that to stop the break, but you know it's also going to be an unsportsmanlike. He doesn't. He gives up the 2 points. Dijon still have a 1 point lead. And looky here, folks. Sassari also have taken the lead. 2 points to Tenerife.
The guy gets got meter advantage inside. We don't put the ball, one ball inside. No. Try to play to win the game. I don't understand really. I don't understand what they are doing. We cannot organize one normal offense. We cannot make 3 passes. We cannot make 3 passes in one offense. We cannot make 3 passes.
So that was the last play, the last basket, and what drama unfolding tonight in this fourth quarter, folks. Not only here in Dijon, but the fourth quarter in Malaga, where they are now trailing Malaga 72-70 to Dinamo Sassari. Dinamo Sassari looking to pull off a stunning result to give themselves a chance to advance to the play-in for the round of 16. PAOK simply cannot afford to lose this game. That has got to be the mindset for them going down the stretch, because if they lose and Sassari win in Malaga, PAOK are out. So Russell in the game, gets it. McDuffie, they pass it around. Russell has it. Now Ware passes it around, back outside, and Simon missing, and PAOK have the ball, and they've got a chance now to take the lead. Well, it's pretty good patience that time, working for the better shot. So used to seeing Ware, though, going up and shooting. Once he gets it down low, that might be the action next time he gets it. Franca, they switch on him, and he is fouled by Ware. I thought for a minute there that Franca had lost it out of bounds. In fact, it was not, it was his foul, third foul, but not on the shot. And Markovic is just watching his team play its worst basketball of the game at the wrong time. It's really up to PAOK right now whether or not they're going to win this game. They've got a chance. Three-pointer, and he is fouled shooting the three by Russell. Riley. Oh, Russell. Where has the magic gone? He gets the hands up, and you just, again, you have to get the hand up in the face, but you also have to be acutely aware that the shooter is looking for contact. And Riley ties it. I don't think Liko Giannis would have given his team a chance the way they were playing, not only in the second quarter, but for a long stretch in the third. Yet here they are, tied at 56. And Riley misses the second, but he'll get a third. Well, whenever these Greek teams play, you know you're in for a Greek drama, especially in a game like this where so much is on the line. And Riley makes 2 out of 3, and PAOK, folks, have come back from a 16-point deficit to lead 57-56 midway through the fourth quarter. McDuffie, tough shot, and Ware not able to get to the rebound. Is Riley, who's doing everything right now. Excuse me, that was Hands who had the basketball. Here is Franca. Franca gets it back. Oh, excellent work, Slavsakis. Great, really impressed by his passing overall tonight. And Franca goes to 13 points, and PAOK go up by 3. Simon, bounce pass to Ware, and he was fouled before the shot. So that is a break for PAOK. That is a break. It looked like almost could have called three-point play opportunity. Oh, yeah. Also looks like they could have called a travel on Ware. But Riley picks up his 4th foul. Not a player you want to lose right now the way he's playing, especially. Ware puts it up, missing. And there's the offensive rebound, and putback is not going to count because they have called a push. And Dijon, folks, Dijon has been outscored 13-2 in this 4th quarter. I mean, that is ridiculous. And I don't know how they called the foul on McDuffie there. Looked like a tough call. It just went up for the rebound. I'd have to see it again, but I think the look on his face, the expression tells it all. And if they just called a technical foul. So they have indeed. They've called a technical foul. So Tyler Polley goes to the line and does not make the free throw. And excuse me, so they did not call the technical foul. He was just taking the first of 2 free throws after the foul that was called on McDuffie. Just the players, the Dijon players just did not step up to the line. Oh, these free throws are huge. At this point in the game, he makes the second. And David Holston came in with top billing tonight, but has not been a factor. Let's just say what it is. Tell it like it is. Roussel was a factor in the first half, passes up the layup, gives it to Ware, and he goes up and scores. It looked like Roussel had an easy layup, but he gave it to Ware. And Dijon cut it back to a 2-point game. Meanwhile, Sassari still lead at Unicaja Malaga by 1 point. Slavsakis over to Franco, wide open, doesn't hesitate. And the Dutchman dazzles with the three-pointer. And I think he now has 16 points. I'm not sure that was right. Yeah, Franco has 16 points. A beautiful bounce pass for Roussel to Ware, and now Dijon finding their rhythm again. 20 points for Gavin Ware. Slavsakis hands it off. 3-point shot, and off target. Roussel. This time he does take it all the way, and he scores. They're expecting him to pass it, but he just took it all the way in. That was Riley that missed the 3 on the previous possession for PAOK. Here he goes into the corner, and Polley hits the 3. Another big-time shot for PAOK, Tyler Polley. It's okay to take 3s, but it's how you take them, and is it a good 3? Is it in the flow of the offense? And that one certainly was. But Roussel again, this time is rejected. Yannick Franca, or no, excuse me, was it Slavsakis? Not in my house. 4-point advantage for PAOK coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the game. Franca, hands, steps back for 3, big time! And PAOK from Thessaloniki, Greece. Are they going to get this done tonight? They have got the bid between the teeth. And Dijon, well, they know they're going through in second place.
There is nobody here to defend the pick.
Here's PAOK now. They've got to be smart at the end. Let's go down to the bench and listen, Coach Markovic.
Whatever they do, you need to stay on the ball. The number 13, he's not a shooter. Why 3 guys go on him? We open up shooters to shoot the ball. And again, we just attack, we receive. block shots, we go back. Organize the fucking offense, guys. Organize the offense. Play chin one. 3 down, short throw. Play 3 down.
Well, it really feels like this Dijon team, as we look at the scoring by quarter, 23-8. They just have, in the second half, have just not been as focused. They just kind of lost their way, and PAOK, they allowed them to creep back into it, and it really feels like PAOK are going to steal this win tonight. Remember, they were down 16 points. They were reeling, and that last 3 there was just set off a celebration from Hans and from his teammates. And PAOK at times have looked really bad tonight. Don't forget, they were outscored 26-10 in that second quarter, but in this fourth quarter they've been excellent. They've outscored Dijon 23-8, and Markovic can't be pleased. You have to wonder, maybe question him a little bit on his rotation in this second half. In any event, here's Horvat putting it up from deep and missing. Ware gets the rebound over to Roussel. He throws the lob up to Ware, and the dunk and the foul, and the worst possible scenario unfolds for PAOK. They give away the offensive rebound, and they get punished with the lob dunk and now a potential three-point play. Roussel just terrific. I mean, you knew where that was going. Right here, you knew. Roussel needs just one more assist to have a double-double tonight. He's got 10 points. And Ware with 22 points, 7 rebounds. And again, PAOK have got work to do. If he makes this, it's a 4-point lead for PAOK. And Sassari are leading. It's 84-78 in Unicaja Malaga. PAOK cannot afford to take their foot off the pedal. And the basketball gods smile on Gavin Ware and Dijon as the ball falls through the hoop. He's got 23 points. He goes out of the game. 23. He says, count it. What a great reaction from Gavin Ware. Franca has to bring it across midcourt. Roussel guarding him. Under a minute and a half remaining. Just a 4-point lead. It has been riveting stuff now here late in this fourth quarter. PAOK. Oh boy, tough play. Shot clock about to expire. Sokers, look at that. The steal from Simon. And McDuffie now launches the 3. And a break for PAOK. Boy, they almost saw their lead cut to 1 point after the turnover in midcourt. And now it looks like they want to take some time off the clock. But they don't want to get trapped like they just were in that last possession. 6 on the shot clock. It's go time. It's Riley for 3. Good! Boy, Riley has played his best basketball here in the fourth quarter. Back to a 7-point lead with 43 seconds to go. Roussel, nobody picks him up. And it's back to a 5-point game. And now I think PAOK are going to have to clinch this win at the free throw line. And you can feel bad for Dinamo Sassari, who have done well tonight. Look at this. He gets the play, then the reach, and the foul. Dinamo Sassari getting their biggest win of the season. Right now, if this result holds up, they're up by 6 points with a minute remaining, but PAOK, if they win, it'll be PAOK that goes through the play-in, and Dinamo Sassari will be eliminated. And the problem for Sassari, obviously, is, well, you got to play better all year round. You can't just leave it to that last game. But thank you very much for making it an exciting night for all of us. Here's McDuffie for 3. And PAOK, a huge rebound, and with 28 seconds left and leading by 7 points. The PAOK bench is celebrating. The PAOK fans are celebrating. And they do come up with a steal. Simon passes it up, and Hrovat puts it up and in with 9.8 seconds left. It's a 5-point game. They pass it in, and they're going to try to take time off the clock, and they will. Hands is going to dribble out the clock. PAOK have done what didn't seem possible. It looked like they might go out with Sassari having an improbable result on the road at Unica Malaga, but PAOK Thessaloniki have taken care of business. They have won on the road, 74-69 at JDA Dijon. It's PAOK that advance into the play-in for the round of 16. Well, those are some people there that are happy they made the trip to support PAOK Mateco. PAOK Mateco win at 74-69 over JDA Dijon. They move on to the play-in for the round of 16. Well, this can be... Well, let's focus on PAOK first of all. I mean, they didn't play well for 40 minutes, but I think they took advantage of the opportunity, even with Nate Renfro out injured, getting hurt in the game. And the PAOK fans, again, utterly thrilled that their team has come up with a performance on the road. And that's what makes this game so special, where there's hope, there's life. They had the advantage over Sassari coming into tonight. They knew they needed to win to be assured of that, and they did. So you look at the numbers, and overall, really good free throw shooting for both teams. Perfect for Dijon. Look at that.
We didn't expect nobody else to do the job for us. We did it on our own! On our own! 2, 4!
Well, I didn't want to interrupt them as you look at the stats, and it's right. It's like they did not want to go through the back door, getting into the play-in off the back of a defeat. They wanted to win their way in tonight, and they did. So great job, Liku Giannis. I couldn't have said it any better myself. And again, the PAOK players and the fans don't want to leave the court because it's such a great moment. And without a doubt, their biggest win of the season. But it certainly did not look good for long stretches in the second half when they fell behind. They had that double-digit deficit, and giving plays away like this to Dijon just made it look like it wasn't going to be PAOK's night. But they were able to rally. Franca came back in, hit that big shot there. Hands, again, a look at the pass to Franca, burying the three-pointer. One of many made by PAOK on the night. That was a great play by Slavsakis, one of the unsung heroes. And then you had Riley taking full advantage on the break and scoring. And again, Slavsakis standing his ground. Slavsakis, I felt like overall with his passing, yes, he had a couple of turnovers, but overall he was good. Here he is again. Look at the pass. And it was Franca that benefited. Give and go, ultimately. Franca knew exactly where to go for that. Roussel was really good tonight, really entertaining, hooping and scooping. Roussel ended up with 12 points, 9 assists. Would have certainly merited consideration for player of the game if Dijon had been able to win tonight. Probably Gavin Ware would have gotten that honor had they won. But instead, PAOK have claimed the victory. And maybe you give it to Hans, who is terrific, ultimately. And Franca again hitting that three. overall good balanced scoring. Ware again pushed out a little bit, not able to dominate quite as much around the hoop in the second half like he was in the first. But here was Roussel, this time electing to take it all the way. But you had Riley, Hands with 17 points apiece, 16 for Franca. So here is how it finishes despite their win tonight. Sassari at Unicaja. They will miss out. Unicaja fall the first time when they were 5-1 up at the top. Dijon 3-3, and now PAOK getting their second win will move into the play-in for the round of 16. Well, these two teams showed up tonight. Dijon already knew where they were going to finish in the standings, but PAOK a lot to do. They had to get a win against the talented Dijon, who came out and played very well in the first half and part of the third quarter, but not so much the rest of the way. And PAOK took advantage. They came out, they got the win, they advanced to the play-in of the round of 16. What a performance for the team from Thessaloniki, Greece. PAOK are still alive and kicking.